Hello everyone, this is Kinshuk Parashar, and in this session we are going to talk about greenhouse gases and global warming potential of these greenhouse gases. So we will try to understand what exactly are greenhouse gases and how they are impacting our surrounding, how they are impacting our earth, plus among these greenhouse gases, which one is having the higher global warming potential, which one is causing more harm to our environment. So let us discuss first about what exactly are greenhouse gases. Okay. If we talk about the greenhouse gases, just before understanding that, we have to also understand one more thing. Okay. There is a term called as greenhouse. So this term, if you understand this term, you can easily understand what are the greenhouse gases. So let us see first the greenhouses. Okay. Basically, in the temperate areas where the temperature is quite low, cultivation of crops is quite difficult. There is not ambient temperature, the temperature is very cold from time to time, and during those times the cultivation becomes quite tough. The productivity of the crops will decline. Many of them won't be even able to survive. Okay. So in order to grow the crops, in order to get the products from there, what the farmers do, that they build a greenhouse in their farms. Like suppose if they have to grow some vegetables, if they have to grow some fruits, what they are going to do, they are going to create a greenhouse like this. And this greenhouse is nothing but a glass house. Okay. This glass house, what is its function? Suppose that if the sunlight is incident here, if the sunlight is incident on this greenhouse, then it will easily pass through it. It will easily pass through it and it will be absorbed by the plants which are there. Okay. The plants will absorb these radiations, the plant will get the heat. But you know that the light cannot be there for forever. Once the light has been absorbed by maybe the plants or maybe by the ground, it will be radiated back. When this radiated rays are going back from this area, from this greenhouse, from this glass house, then what would happen that these glasses, now they will capture these radiated radiations. Okay. The radiations which are going from here, they are infrared radiations. They are infrared radiations and they will be absorbed by these glasses. So see here one thing. When the rays are coming from the sun, they are short wave radiations. They have relatively very higher power. So they are not captured, they are not absorbed by these glasses largely. But when the radiated rays, when the infrared rays which are going back from this surface, when they are going back, now these rays are going to be absorbed by the glasses. And the heat will remain trapped within this glass house for a longer period of time. This provides the required warmth for these plants to grow, survive and thrive. Okay. And thus the farmers can get their required or desired yield. Okay. So this is what happens in a case of greenhouse, that they are trapping the sun rays from going back from this glass house. When the sun rays are coming, they have higher energy. They are not trapped. But the infrared rays which are radiated back by these surfaces, now they are captured and that provides the required warmth. Now this same function is being performed in our atmosphere by some gases. Okay. Like suppose that if we are talking about our atmosphere, in our atmosphere, let us say that this is our Earth's surface, then in our atmosphere, there are certain gases which are performing exactly the same function. When the sun rays are coming from the sun, then they allow it to pass through them. They allow these short wave radiations to pass through them. These rays reaches to the surface of Earth. Okay. And when they have been absorbed and when they are getting radiated back, then these gases in here, these gases may be in the form of carbon dioxide, maybe in form of water vapor and other gases. What they do then, they absorb the infrared radiation. While they are absorbing these infrared radiations, they are going to increase the warmth, they are going to increase the temperature of this area. They are going to increase the temperature of this atmosphere. Okay. And this temperature, this what you can say that this absorption of the infrared radiations by the greenhouse gases in our atmosphere is very much required, very much essential. If it is not absorbed, then in that case what is going to happen? the earth would become a very much cooler place. The earth would become very much cold. There won't be ambient temperature, and in that case, the survival on the surface of earth won't be possible. Okay. So these greenhouse gases are helping in maintaining an ambient temperature on the surface of earth. That is one thing. But nowadays, whenever we are reading the newspapers, when we are reading some magazines, when we are listening to the news, there is one common concern that greenhouse gases are causing the global warming. So why this has happened? Now, to understand this, you have to also get into one more thing, that is carbon cycle. Now, you know that in our atmosphere, there is a normal process, photosynthesis and respiration. During the photosynthesis process, the plants capture the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and during the respiration process, the carbon dioxide is added to the atmosphere again. But this is a small cycle. There is another long-term cycle of carbon. In that, what is happening? The plants are absorbing the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. They are converting it into cellulose or other matters in different forms of carbohydrate. And once the plants or animals are dead, they become buried under the soil in form of fossils. Okay. In the last 300 to 400 years, we have extracted huge amount of fossils from beneath the surface and we have burned it. While we are burning these fossils, huge amount of greenhouse gases in form of oxides of carbon, oxides of nitrogen, oxides of sulfur, they have been added to our atmosphere. Now see this, the formation of fossils, it takes place millions of years. It takes place in millions of years. While what we have done, we have extracted them, we have burned them, and we have added the carbon dioxide or other greenhouse gases within a span of a few centuries. So what has happened that the concentration of the greenhouse gases in our atmosphere has increased exponentially. And due to that huge concentration of the greenhouse gases in our atmosphere, now what is happening? There is more absorption of the infrared rays. The infrared rays or the terrestrial radiations, they are now getting more and more absorbed by these greenhouse gases. They remain in our atmosphere for a very longer period of time, and this has given rise to another phenomena which we call as, or which we refer to as, global warming. Okay. So global warming is nothing but, in the present times, in the present era, the global warming is a result of indiscriminate concentration of the greenhouse gases. And this has been mainly caused due to anthropogenic activities. This has been caused due to human-induced global warming. Because we have been responsible for adding the huge amount of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. Okay. So this is greenhouse gas and its impact, which is global warming. There is another thing which you have to understand here. Okay. All the gases do not have the same potential, or all the gases are not harming in the same manner. Okay. If we look at the present times, there are 4 major greenhouse gases which are harming our entire atmosphere or entire biodiversity on the surface of Earth. They are interfering with the climate of Earth. What are those gases? The number one, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is responsible for nearly 3/4 of global warming, followed by methane. Okay. Methane is the second major greenhouse gas. Then after, on the third number, we have nitrous oxide and then halogens. Okay. So they are the major greenhouse gases present in our atmosphere. Okay. The first one, carbon dioxide, nearly 3/4 of global warming is due to carbon dioxide. Then we have methane, responsible for nearly 10 to 11% of global warming. And then these two respectively 7%. Okay. So they are the major greenhouse gases. There is one more thing which we have to understand here. There is one thing called as global warming potential. Global warming potential means how much they can cause warming in our atmosphere. Now here you have to understand, carbon dioxide is the reference point. So we count the global warming potential of carbon dioxide as 1. Okay. and it remains also like you can see this over 20 years of lifetime. We can see that this carbon dioxide has been it has been a source of reference. This is the major greenhouse gas, but its global warming potential has been taken as 1, and all other major greenhouse gases have been compared with reference to the carbon dioxide. You can see if we talk about the methane, it has global warming potential of around 40 to 70 years. If we talk about nitrous oxide, it is around 280 times. If we talk about the HFCs, the hydrofluorocarbon, okay, hydrofluorocarbon is one such gas which is not largely, or it is not responsible for the ozone depletion. It has been used instead of CFC and HCFC in our cooling systems, but this is a major greenhouse gas. Okay, and you can see its global warming potential, it is very much large. Okay, in comparison to carbon dioxide, it can be as high as 460 to 9,000 times higher. Okay, similarly, you can see perfluorocarbon, again 4,400 to 6,200, and then sulfur hexafluoride, again having 16,300 times higher global warming potential than carbon dioxide. Okay, but see, these three gases, they are not the major greenhouse gases as of now. As of now, carbon dioxide is the major greenhouse gas in our atmosphere. Okay, so this was our topic, that what is this greenhouse gas, what they cause, and what is global warming potential of the different greenhouse gases. Thank you very much. Thank you.